What keeps you motivated to go in every day? To grow and to improve, you have to go wrong and you have to make a mistake. Do you need to be equally strong in all 3 disciplines? They're looking for potential. How tired are you on a daily basis? Tired. I feel like this mug, I've had this mug before I think in a video, but it says this is no rehearsal, it's the performance of a lifetime. I feel like that is very fitting for the video that I am about to film. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So we have my most requested video ever, and it is a drama school Q&A. And to be honest, I actually understand why. Before I went to drama school, I had so many questions and they didn't really get answered until I was actually there. So to have a video like this is probably helpful to you guys. And I mean, it is kind of interesting. Like, it isn't every day you meet someone that goes to drama school. So yeah, that is why I wanted to do this video for you. I'm a bit nervous because of how many questions, and I can't thank you guys enough for like being so interested. Let me just show you, because this is a bit crazy for me. Okay, so I've asked on my Instagram. If you don't follow my Instagram, it's just _adinamay. I ask you guys loads of stuff over there. So yeah, this is, it's not focusing on it, but questions. So I may do this in a part 1 and part 2. If I do decide to do that, I will literally just chop this video in half and carry on where we left off. I've screenshotted every single question. I've got them up on my phone, so as we go through them, I'm literally just gonna work my way through them and try and get through as many as I can. I can talk for England. I could ramble for a living, so I really will try and make this short. I've got a cup of tea, I've got a biscuit. I really hope this answers all your questions. A little bit of a backstory: I go to Bird College. I'm about to go into my 3rd year, which is crazy. If any of you guys are starting drama school, then I hope some of these questions help you. Or if any of you are thinking about going to drama school, I say drama school as like as a term. If you've watched my videos for a while, you know that I never really know the sort of definite name to call it, whether it's drama school, stage school, performing arts college. I just call it college because it's Bird College, so we'll all just say college anyway. If you are thinking about going to drama school, I hope some of these questions help you out, and good luck for everyone watching this video. Okay, let's start with the first question. Where did you audition and what are those schools like? So I auditioned, I think it was 9 schools in total. I will link it in the description actually, because I actually did a drama school like audition. I'm sure it was an audition Q&A, like where I auditioned, what my tips are for auditioning in a whole another video. So I will leave that in the link down below, because I guess a lot of these questions are about that. I mean, I'll answer a few, but if I know that I've answered them before, then just click that video and that will explain everything. Okay. Next question. Everyone says the jump into full-time training is really intense. How did you find it, and any tips? Okay, so I'd say if you were coming from just doing A-levels and being at school, I'd say the jump is a lot. But I actually did, and this is answering another question that I got, and I think the other question was like, did I study A-levels and what did I study at GCSEs? So I did my GCSEs. My high school wasn't very musical, it wasn't very performance based, it was very sporty and quite academic. So the only subjects that really were relevant to this was drama and music, and I did well in both of those subjects, but those were the only 2 that were sort of relevant to what I wanted to do in the future. And so because of that, I didn't stay for 6th form, I didn't do A-levels, I went to a college and I did a BTEC, or a level 3 diploma in musical theatre. I actually went to 2 different colleges. If you're from the Bristol area, the first one I went to was Filton College, and then the second one I went to complete my 2nd year. So I did my 1st year at Filton College, my 2nd year at a college called the Big Act. The Big Act is the best college in Bristol if you're interested in musical theatre and performing arts, and I honestly can say that I wouldn't have got into the schools that I did without going there. I can't recommend it enough. So yeah, that's what I did, and I feel at the Big Act we actually had quite an intense timetable for a college, and it is like full-time training anyway, so I had that previously before I went to Bird, so I knew the sort of stress on the body and the mind before moving, but I felt like the difference was it was a full timetable, but then I was also not coming home every night. So like when I was at the big act, I came home every night to a cooked meal, my washing done for me, you know what I mean? It is different. It is different. The tips I can give you for getting used to that full timetable is always write it out, where on your phone, in a notepad, however you like to do it. Always write it out, have the time of the lesson, what lesson it is, the room, even stuff that you need for that lesson for the first few weeks or month, or even carry on doing that so that you get used to it. The night before, pack your bag with anything that you might need for the next day, even if again that is for the first week, just so you can like feel calm, you know you've got everything, because there's nothing worse than forgetting something. Try and get some sleep, but then also try and have a social life. All those things are so hard to do, and I know they are, but it is really important that you relax and you kind of zone off, zone out, because it can get really intense. It's a really intense environment. Make sure you use your weekends wisely. And yeah, I hope those little tips help. There are more, but I just want to get through the rest of the questions. But yeah, I hope that helps a little bit. Someone said, what keeps you motivated to go in every day? This is gonna sound so stupid, but like literally since I was 10, I dreamed about doing what I do every day. I've always wanted to be in musicals, like since I was at school, since I was at primary school. That's always all I wanted to do. So I always remind myself that like I can't picture myself doing anything else. Do you know what my ideal situation would be? Do YouTube in the day and then in a show at night. That would honestly be my perfect situation. But yeah, it's always what I wanted to do, and I love doing it. And I think as well, like I always want to improve, so like I know that going in every day, like there are days when it's so hard. Like I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it is so tough. It's not, you don't go in 3 days a week and for a couple of hours. Like it is intense. It's nearly like 12 hours a day every single day. It's a lot, but I always want to improve. I always want to get better, and my goals are so like secure in my mind, what I want to achieve. And yeah, that keeps me motivated every day. And also, you know, I want to make my parents proud, because they've put out a lot for me to go, and you always want to make your parents proud. Okay, what's your favourite musical and what would you like to be in the most? Okay, favourite musicals. I'm not going to give you one because I actually can't do that. Okay, Hamilton, Miss Saigon. Oh, I have loads. Hamilton, Miss Saigon are the two that have come first. So for now, they can stay as my two favourites, but it changes all the time. And what would I like to be in most? Oh, again, I literally couldn't give you one answer. I'm not picky. Any musicals coming my way, I will accept. Anything like cheesy, empty, love it. Bring it all my way. Next question. Do you need to be equally strong in all 3 disciplines to get it? Love you. Oh, love you. No. I would say no. It's becoming more of a thing to be like a triple threat nowadays than it was, say, like 20 years ago. But I think if you're talking about to get into a drama school, they're looking for potential, and if they can see that you're really strong in one area, but then they can see potential in the other areas, they know that they can help you strengthen it to be as strong as your main discipline. And yeah, no. So the answer to that is no. What made you choose Bird over the other colleges? I just really liked the audition day. I just had a feeling, and when I got my offer, I had to accept it, really. I just had that feeling, and I think I'm sure I made the right decision. Okay, just wondering, do you have to be doing point in ballet already before auditioning? No, you don't. You do a little bit of point, but you don't do anything. You don't do any of that in first year. Well, you might do a little bit of that in first year. You do the majority in second year when you do pas de deux. But I didn't do much point before I came to Bird anyway, and it wasn't an issue. Obviously it's good to have a little bit of experience, but if you don't have that, then that's absolutely fine. How tired are you on a daily basis? Tired. What's been your favourite thing / show you've done? I'm gonna go with that being whilst I've been at Bird. Let me just have a sip of tea. My favourite things I have done since being at Bird, off the top of my head, we had a dance project in January. I will leave a link to that in the description again. That was amazing. It was with Tom Ashton. He's incredible, and we just had such an amazing experience. I learned so much. And then also musical theatre project, again I'll have the link to that vlog down below. I got to be one of the Millies in Thoroughly Modern Millie, and that was amazing. So yeah, I'd say those were probably my 2 favourite things that I've done at college. What tips would I give to a first year? If I was gonna go back and tell my first year self before I joined, it is to focus on your own journey. Everyone has come from a different place. Even if you think someone else is better than you, because it's so easy to compare and to start doubting yourself, remember where you came from and remember where you're going. Always focus on your goals. Work hard. You want to start off making a good first impression, so make sure you work hard, go to all your classes, just do all the right things. Do you know what I mean? Like, work hard, don't be lazy. If you've got any work to do, make sure that's all handed in like on time. Make sure you're not late to lessons. You don't want to be like wandering in late in your first few weeks. Absolutely not. Become familiar with the routine, and then in terms of like friendships, really put yourself out there. Even if it is scary, there are some big personalities, and if you're not one of those people, then you don't have to be a big personality to go to drama school. You'll find people who you connect with. We all have found those people who we get on with. Don't waste a lesson, don't waste it. If you're terrified of singing in front of people, just think, fuck it, like, what have you got to lose? Stand up there, sing. And I think the thing that I've learned is the quicker you go wrong, the quicker you think you've failed, or not necessarily failed, that's the wrong word, the quicker you make a mistake, the better you're gonna get. Did I put that in the right way? As soon as you let yourself not be perfect, because I know that it's really hard, and like being at one of these schools, everyone is like a perfectionist and wants perfection all the time. To grow and to improve, you have to go wrong and you have to make a mistake. So like in singing, you have to make that bum note to know that you're not going to do it again. If you align yourself wrong in a position, okay, you might get told no, that wasn't right, but then you can change that and do it again. So allow yourself to not be perfect in order to get better. Okay, I think those were enough tips. Let's move on. What was the audition process like for Bird? Again, that is in my other video. Which aspect is Bird more focused on, like dancing and acting? I feel like, okay, I need another bit of tea. I feel like people think Bird is primarily dance. I think I got another question about that as well, and it used to be for sure, but it is now definitely a triple threat course. I think the first year's coming in September. They're bringing in like tracks, whether you're more of like a singer, actor or a dancer, which I think is really difficult, because if you come in not knowing what you are, then you don't want to be put in a track, but some people are so certain. So I think if you are one of those people, then just let yourself have time, and I'm sure things can always change around, but let yourself have time to focus on, or to work out what you're best at. And it changes throughout 3 years. Like, it just completely changes, like the way you view yourself and what you're good at and what you're not. It does completely change. So sorry, that kind of went a bit off topic, but I would say it's definitely becoming more, it's definitely now more triple and equal across the board. So yeah, it used to be primarily dance, but it's definitely now more of a triple threat course. Do you recommend coming at 16 or 18? Right, I'm gonna have my biscuit and then we can talk through this. Right, that is completely personal for everyone. It didn't even cross my mind to go at 16. For some people, that's kind of like the norm, like in their area or at their dance school, that's kind of like the normal thing to do. It's completely personal preference. I'd say it is frustrating for people in terms of like the social side. It's not everyone goes out, I'm not saying that, but when we do go out, the people who aren't 18 yet, it is a bit of a bummer because they can't come out, and purely like for the social side of things. But in terms of like actually in college, it actually doesn't matter. It just depends whether you want to graduate at 19 or, how is it, 19, 20 or 21, or literally you can come whenever age, but it is complete personal preference if you feel ready to move away from home as well. If you are moving away from home, that's obviously a big thing. If you feel ready to do that at 16, amazing. Majority of people do come at 18, but we do have a lot of people that came at 16 as well. So completely personal preference. I can't really recommend whether you should or shouldn't. Again, personal preference. Before you join, do you have to reach certain grades in all dance styles? No, but it is easier if you have some grades, but it's not a requirement. Can you join at a later age? I'm 19 and regret not going down that route so much. Of course. I think the oldest person our year oh no, I'm gonna get this wrong, is like mid-20s. At 19, you are not too late to audition or anything like that. Where do you find good repertoire that is not overdone, please? Don't we all have the same question? Bird have a library, so we're able to like go through the library and find books that, oh, so like if you find a book, oh, I haven't heard of that, then you can like make yourself familiar with the songs. I'm not really sure. I think it is just a case of researching. So like maybe type in an era, so like musicals set in, or musicals that came out in 1980 or blah blah, and it'll give you a list, and then try and find ones that you haven't heard of before. Even Spotify, just like go through the realms of Spotify. Can't really give you specific stuff because I'm not 100% sure myself, but it literally is just finding things. It's just not finding generic musicals. Find musicals that maybe were only open for a few years or closed quite a long time ago, but just do a lot of research. Okay, my tips on moving away and finding a house / flat. I don't know about other schools, but I know for a couple, when you actually get accepted, you can get added into group chats, Facebook groups, Facebook pages, and they usually share properties on there and get talking with people, get to know where they're living. If they have student accommodation, look into that. It is just a case of talking to people. Do you need to be advanced ballet and tap to get into drama school? Nope. Obviously it's good. I mean, it helps if you are, but no, we do enough training that you don't need to be advanced. What is your timetable generally like? Whoa, I couldn't read that. What is your timetable generally like? I do actually have a week at, is it a week or a day? No, I think it's a week at drama school, but I got so ill midweek that I had to stop filming it. But I think that kind of gave you a rough idea. I wrote out what our timetable was at that current moment. It does change quite a lot. Our average day is usually like get there for 8 and we finish at 6:45. That is like a standard day. That doesn't include if you have rehearsals, anything like that. There are no set lunches. You literally eat wherever you can throughout the day. Dance lessons are usually an hour and 15, are usually an hour and 15. Acting lessons are usually longer. I think they're 2.5 hours. Singing lessons are all different types. Literally depends what lesson you're having. Never usually stuff on the weekends, although you can use the studios on the weekends. But yeah, the timetables are usually pretty mixed, as in like we have never really one day where we only have dance. We usually have like, I don't know, either a lecture and then 2 dance lessons and then a singing lesson and then another dance lesson, or we have like acting and then dance and then singing. Like it's all kind of mixed throughout the day. But yeah, I will also leave that video linked down below. Apologies, literally I got so ill I just couldn't finish the vid, but yeah, that kind of gives you a rough idea of what the timetable is like. What are the main things Bird look for? Oof, I don't want to get this wrong. Obviously, please take everything I say that it is just my opinion. Like, someone else could have a completely different opinion. Someone who can perform. Someone who obviously is a good technical dancer, but if they can see potential, then that is still fine. Same with singing. They want to hear a clear tone, just hit my face, a clear singing tone that also has potential. Someone who's willing to work hard, just a nice person. How many assessments do you have? We have one for every, well, in first year you have one for every single style. You don't have one for commercial. What else? And then you have some academic ones, and then you also have your singing one as well. I think that rounds that up. Is it hard to do full makeup every day? How early do you have to get up? Personally, no, but a lot of people don't do a full face every day. Some people don't wear makeup at all. Some people just wear a little bit, and some people do a complete full face. It is completely up to you, to be honest. I feel like you get used to doing it. You get in the swing of it like anything. I could probably do mine in a good 15 minutes. Even 10 sometimes. So yeah, it's kind of fine. You literally just have to get used to it. But then if you're not feeling it and you're not the kind of person that wears makeup every day, then don't feel like you have to be either. Do you ever become stressed or anxious due to college? If so, how do you deal with it? Yeah, it is a stressful environment. What you're training to do isn't easy. It's not easy on your body, and it's also not easy on your mind. Having long hours, obviously, it is stressful. The course is stressful. You do have to find ways to deal with it, otherwise it becomes hard. How do I deal with it? I'd say when I feel stressed, I always write everything down. If I'm feeling stressed because I feel like I have a lot to do, because I don't have enough hours in the day, I feel like sometimes, I literally just write it all down. Talk to people, talk to my friends. It helps living with my best friends, because if I do feel stressed, I feel like they can take my mind off it. So yeah, it's always good. Or a FaceTime home, or a FaceTime a friend, like literally anyone, just for a bit of comfort. It's always good if you feel stressed to talk about it. Okay, there are 3 different types of stress. I'm thinking, okay, I'm stressed because I didn't do very well today and I'm really like annoyed about it. There's that kind of stress. There's stress of like, oh my gosh, I've got this coming up and I'm really nervous for it. Or there's stress where it's like, I've got so much to do and I don't know when I'm gonna do it. I feel like those are like the 3 main stresses that I find. Using my weekends wisely, watching YouTube always helps. Just being organized makes me like in turn feel less stressed. I probably need to find better ways of managing stress, but I do feel like I'm alright at it now. If I think of anything else, then I'll talk about it in another video. But yeah, I think those things I've said mainly. Is there anything you couldn't live without at drama school? A water bottle? No, that's kind of boring. Oh no, is it gonna say really cringe if I say friends? It would be very, very hard if you don't have a good group of friends around you. Just lighten the days. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that, even if it is really cringe. Did you find the audition process difficult? Again, all that is in another video. Favorite thing about drama school, just getting closer to my goals. I want to go to drama school, but I've had little dance training. Will this be a problem? Depends where you want to audition. If you want to audition for more of a singer-actor school, then no. But in terms of a dance school, it literally again depends. Say if you have a really strong singing voice, schools do enough to sort of build that up. It literally just depends, and even if you are thinking like that, I'd just say audition anyway. You never ever know. You never know who's gonna want you. You never know what could happen. So yeah, if you are thinking, or I haven't had enough of this training, haven't had enough singing training or anything, just do it, and you never know what could come from it. They're looking for potential, they're not looking for perfection. Always remember that. Okay, I'm gonna end part 1 of the video there. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Please look out for part 2. That'll be coming really soon. Thank you again so much for all your questions. If you follow me on Instagram, which is just _adinamay, you'll be able to ask me anything else for future videos and stuff. Again, like I said at the beginning of the video, if you are going to drama school or want to go to drama school, I wish you the best of luck. It is amazing and I feel very lucky to be doing what I'm doing. Any more videos like this or related to it, let me know down below, because I have 1 more year to fit in as many drama school videos as I can. But yeah, if you did like it, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. So much love. Bye.